Is
one on the
Eloise
road.
moving?
Yes, Alois is trying to come up with a ghost pun right now. But he doesn't really he's not really in good spirits right now.
So I didn't tell you what we're doing.
You're making a tier list, but of what? I have no fucking idea. I have a guess, but
What do you think it is?
Three Houses characters.
Yes, you are correct on that. But it's gonna be actually it's gonna be Three Hopes characters. But
since everybody's pretty much the same as Three Houses, except for Shez and like the Shez's band that died at the beginning.
The way we're gonna be ranking these characters is through their Flandersation character traits. Do you know what that means?
I feel like I do, but can you run it through?
So Ned Flanders, nothing at all from Simpsons. When he started out, he was more well-rounded as a character, but as seasons went on, he became more and more this one-note character of the super closed-off religious guy, and then all the other characters started following suit. So I've noticed a trend with some of these guys, and I want to tier list them by their one trait.
Okay, so we're ranking them based on how badly their characterization and hopes was kind of flattened?
That and kind of like how we like their note. Like for Alois, I just want to put him straight at S tier. I love his dad jokes, that kind of thing.
If I was in Fodlan, I would get along with Alois because we would just be nonstop pun battles.
But then we get down to Lysithea.
Lysithea, she's kind of like, even in Three Houses, she was just kind of like, her supports were usually just like, it's like, oh no, I'm definitely not a kid. I'm definitely not enjoying something a kid would like. Exactly. Don't talk down to me, and it's kind of grates on my nerves a little bit. Like she's not a bad character, but it's just.
She's actually why I wanted to do this in the first place.
You just got sick of her shit.
I got sick of her shit, and I'm like, I noticed that in her and other characters too. So
you're like that clip of John Tron where he's like, I'm sick of your shit.
I'm sick of your shit. Right. So I would say like Scythia would go straight down to F.
Okay, that is an F. I thought that was a D for D's.
It was. I changed it while you were talking. I was being schmoove.
Smooth brain.
Now we got Annette. Her main trait, as far as I remember, I'm going through it. Blue Lions is always it has been my first route in both games, but I'm pretty sure her main trait is I can do stuff too, Dad.
Her main trait is more like she can't sit still. She feels like she has to keep doing something, and if she sits still for too long, she just doesn't feel right. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Also, she sings silly songs, but that's a bit less.
So
usually she's her
S tier.
A for Annette.
A for Annette, yes. But what would you put her on her personality scale? Like I'm saying, I would think like B or C, because at least it's not as grating as I'm not a kid.
It's not as grating and repetitive, but it's enough to where we still get an idea where it's probably gonna go. I'd say like B.
I agree with that. Arval, have you had much experience with Arval yet?
I kind of like drag my feet in the demo. From what I understand, from what I've seen in the demo though, he's basically Sothis 2.0.
Agreed.
So Sothis 2.0, except he's with those who slither.
All right, I'm on my third
basically
playthrough.
Sassy Child.
I'm already more than halfway through my third playthrough of Hopes.
Remember to take breaks, my guy.
Right.
You do not want to fuck your wrists up from playing too much. That shit is awful.
It's so easy though, like especially when you carry over into second and third playthrough. Oh, it's so easy. Like, I'm just doing it for the story at this point. Anyway, Arval's a B.
B. B. Benson confirmed.
Right. All right, Ash. His main trait is I want to be a soldier and serve Lord Lenato, and then spends the second half of Three Houses whining about Lenato.
I mean, Lenato. Don't forget, Lenato was his adopted dad, so it kind of makes sense that he's pretty attached to the guy.
Adopted father. Who's the one who won't shut up about her adopted father? I think it's Marianne.
Marianne's also adopted, so if it's anybody, it's her.
Right. But like he respects Lenato. He still went off against Lenato when he needed to in both cases. I would say A or B. What do you think?
It's a good question. I do like Ash, but
man, I like Ash's personality, but we're going based off of his like the main note of his character.
Which is him wanting to become a knight. It's pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, he was also a former thief, but that doesn't really. Yeah, because he lived on the streets for a little while. I believe those come up in his supports with Petra.
Oh,
I want to say. Yeah, he lived in the streets for a bit with his siblings, so he had to resort to thievery so that he could keep them all fed. That's why his innate skill is lock touch. Fun fact for you.
How about A for character arc?
Perfect.
Balthus, I'm in debt all the time and I punch things.
I'm in debt. I have a gambling addiction that's worse than some fucking whales IRL, but at least he doesn't play Genshin.
Right? I'm in serious credit card debt. Woo!
Alright, bud, welcome to the collection. On the shelf you go. I'm in severe credit card debt.
I think C or F.
I'd put him in C, because it's at least not as grating as Lysithea's.
Yeah. Lysithea's the F scale. Like, if it's as bad as Lysithea, that's where she can go.
Yeah, Balthus supports with, like, Happy in their A support. He's like, hey, you can keep sighing however much you want. I'll beat the shit out of any monsters that come their way. It's a win-win deal. And Happy's like, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Okay, so this is where you're gonna hate me, okay? I love Bernadetta so much. She is a sweet snowball of love and adorableness.
Erica Mendez really nailed her voice.
Yeah, her voice, perfect. Her being scared all the time really grates me a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost always like, it's like, hi, Bernadetta, and then she just kind of like, and then like in Caspar's supports in Three Houses, she just freezes up and Caspar's like, dude, you okay?
Right. All right, Violets. Three Hopes. They have voice lines.
Mm-hmm.
But for me,
they had voice lines in Three Houses too, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, but they actually like have supports that have full voice lines. That isn't like, let's get ready to battle.
Yeah. But
it's the same thing as Shez, you know, like it's just, oh, I'm a mercenary. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, I'm a mercenary and I don't show emotions whenever I do my stuff because I'm fucked up. To put that mildly.
I think they go in C. Because it's not as grating.
Yeah,
and they at least have the Sothis thing going.
But there's still really one note because they really were meant to be self-insert silent protagonists.
Exactly.
And it really shows. All right, Caspar, my bro.
Oh man, Caspar, my bro, yeah. His note is he wants to get stronger, power level, full-on animated bro.
Yep. But he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
He ain't smart. He at least has 2 personality traits.
His heart is in the right place, but he does not think things through. In post-time skip of Three Houses, I think he starts to change and get better at it a little bit, but for the most part, yeah.
And he says chapter when he says chapter because he doesn't know how to read. Like in Three Hopes when he's the MVP, he's like another chapter in my playbook, in my history book.
Caspar, can you read page 19 for the class? No, I cannot. What up? I'm Caspar. I'm like 17 and I never fucking learned how to read.
Right. So I think, honestly, I think B or A. I really like. I like the getting stronger thing because he has some really fun support audio support cutscenes. There we go. What do you think? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Dude. I'd probably put him in B because it's still straightforward enough.
Yeah.
But there are a few facets to it to where it's like, huh, interesting. And Catherine.
Catherine. Her and Leone were my main. She was my first S rank in Blue Lions.
Oh dear.
And Leone was my S rank in Golden Deer. Like, oh my god! Like when I first saw the trailer for this game, like I knew Leone. Like I'm like, yep, that's the one. That's the one I choose.
Can I take a shot in the dark in what Catherine's S support was?
Huh?
Can I take a shot in the dark in what this S support with Catherine was?
Fuck if I remember. It was like a year ago when I had no idea. Like I was still getting used to Fire Emblem at that point. Like I finished that. I finished Blue Lions. I was like, what the fuck did I just do for the past 20 hours?
And you're like, let's do it again. 3 more times. Sorry.
3 more times. Yeah, I finally full on finished 3 houses after 2 years.
I still need to get off my ass and do Verdant Wind, man. I'll get to it. It's just
Verdant Wind is Claude, right?
Verdant Wind is Golden Deer, yeah. So it's Claude.
Yeah, for me though, like the thing was, I made a save spot. I made a save right before the split.
I should have done that, but I didn't because I'm a dumb
shit. But here's the thing, I did do it, but then when I went back to it, apparently in the month before, I was supposed to talk to Edelgard, and we were supposed to go do the thing.
Oh no, you're supposed to go see your coordination, and you did it, so you couldn't do it. Oh,
I had to restart the entire fucking game.
Rest in fucking
full
pieces,
other playthrough. Ugh.
Well, at least you got more chance to experiment, I guess.
Right. Alright, well, Catherine, she's a Knight of Saros. That's what everyone knows about her.
And her whole thing is just, I want Lady Rhea Senpai to notice me, and that's pretty much it.
And she has Thunderbrand.
Yeah, she's a terrifying at the unit, and Thunderbrand is definitely not something to sneeze at, but as a character, she's pretty predictable.
So C is predictable. I would say B has, like, they at least have the... A is for, like, they have the character... They have an arc at some point that, like, actually is meaningful. S is like just, like, we just love him.
I like how Alois is just chilling there, like, hey...
Right.
Nothing less than the best for the adoptive dad. I mean, that's basically what he is, right?
Right. Claude... Claude.
Yeah, Claude's the one I know the least about, because again, I have yet to actually play Verdant Wind. I know that he's a schemer, and based on his some lines in Heroes, I know that he can mix poisons, and he's like, oh, nothing suspicious over here, I'm just being prepared. But that
sounds like him to me.
You know him better than I do, so wherever you think he should go, he should go.
Like, I could tell you a mild spoiler for Three Hopes. That's something he does.
If it's about his origins, then Faye kind of spoiled it for me. So.
Oh no, it's not that. It's like something from a mission. Basically, he made a plan with House Gloucester, Lawrence's dad, to swear fealty to the Empire. And basically made it to where, like, hey, here's the deal. If I'm winning the battle, you come back over. But if you're still winning, stay, I guess. But, like, he schemed with Count Gloucester. And, like, that really... And he didn't tell Lawrence about it.
Oh, so he made like a gamble. And he made sure that Lawrence didn't... He made sure Lawrence didn't know, because Lawrence and that big mouth of his probably would have let something slip. That was the right call.
Right. So I would say like A or S because like it's a one note, but it's like he does learn his lesson, and
Yeah,
also like he being a really mischievous schemer, like you have to do a lot of different schemes, you know. So at least he's versatile. So I would say like A or S.
You know him better than me. Go with your gut.
I'll go with A. Oh, Constance.
Constance.
Oh
Jinx,
God.
you owe me a Coke.
Huh?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah,
She
Constance. F
she
tier.
wants to restore her house.
No, for me, it's just like every conversation, like she's either gratingly pessimistic or gratingly
Arrogant?
arrogant. There's no in between. Like it just it gets under my skin and like annoys me.
Okay, that's fair. I do like that point in her supports with Yuri and Three Houses, though, where he calls her a bootlicker, and she's like, huh, really? And then in their next support, she's like, behold, Yuri, I have used my magic to make a boot out of licorice, because you said I lick
Yeah, I
boots.
remember that.
That was funny.
That was whack.
And Yuri's like, girl, you need some help.
Right? All right, Cyril. I love Cyril. He's good boy. He's good boy. He deserves all the head pats. He's just a sim for Lady Rhea.
Just like Catherine.
Like I could maybe bump him up to C if we like take into account his heritage, being from
Almyra.
Almyran. But
He's
like
from
they don't
Almyra.
really acknowledge that at all.
He doesn't really care about it. He just cares about repaying whatever debt he thinks he has to Rhea for taking him in.
F tier. Like in terms of like it's not grading, but it's like it gets repetitive.
Repetitive.
Oh, maybe that's how we should do it. Like F is for grading, like we actively don't enjoy it. C is repetitive but not grading, so I would say he's a C in that case. B is like we like the character enough to where like the one note and grading don't matter. And then A tier and S tier is for like character arc, and we just love him to death.
Eloise is still sitting alone.
Sitting alone, yeah. I mean, I can immediately put someone else up there right now and skip ahead. if I think we both know who that is.
Let's just go there when we go there.
Get there when we get there. Okay, Dedue.
The man himself. He's rather one note, unfortunately. I love him to death, but he really is pretty one note.
No, I disagree. He has a lot of little traits. He likes gardening, and like he likes animals. He likes the smaller things.
He can cook, and he also, and I feel like he's actually distancing himself from other people so that other people aren't like, oh wow, look, they're talking with someone from Dusker. He's thinking of the people that would interact with them.
Exactly,
you know?
But there are a couple support conversations with Dedue and Three Hopes that really make me want to pump him up to A or S. Because like there was one with who is it? I'll see it when I see it. This is great content.
Just making tier lists of Fire Emblem is the surefire way to get people mad at you.
Tier list, man. It gets the conversations going. Mercedes. He had a conversation with Mercedes, where like she teaches him how to make little flower crowns for the kids, so they're not as scared of him. And I just think that's adorable as all hell.
That's actually adorable. Mercedes, Fodlan does not deserve Mercedes, if I'm being honest.
Dimitri, the freaking emo king.
Kill every last one of them.
But he changes a little bit in Three Hopes. I feel like they both, like, if you put Three Hopes, Dimitri, and
Three Houses Dimitri
together, they would hate each other for the exact same reasons. But so, like, with that arc in mind, like, what do you think, based on your Three Houses experience, where would you put Dimitri on here?
learning so much. Based on my 3 houses, I'll be honest, Blue Lions was the first one that I played, and
Same.
it was long enough ago to where my brain is a little
Fried.
foggy
Yeah.
on the details. But like in 3 houses, he seemed like he was all like, well put together and stuff. But then as White Clouds progresses, you see that that's not actually the case. And if you play Blue Lions, and I believe it's revealed that since he was a survivor of the tragedy of Dusker, he saw what happened, and sure, when he snaps, he seems a little random, but I think I'm pretty sure the reason why was because he thought that Edelgard was totally in cahoots with those that slither, and she was doing it willingly. But if you play Crimson Flower and stuff, you know that she fucking hates those guys.
Right.
But he doesn't know that, so he kind
Yeah,
of
they
just
haven't gotten together long enough to have a conversation about it.
yeah,
And in the middle of a war, like, it's just gonna look weird.
It's like, hey, Edelgard, I know I said I'm gonna hang your head off the gates of Enbar, but before that, I got a question for you.
So, like, he has that arc, so he's not just one note.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't love him as much as we love to do, or Eloise.
Yes, a T-posing Dimitri.
Oh, no.
Dimitri T-poses on everybody. That's how he gets so strong.
Alrighty. Dorothea. Dorothy going to Neverland. What the fuck? Oz.
She's going to see Peter Pan.
Right. Nope, she's going to Oz. I think C tier. Because she, like, her main thing is she's a songstress. That's it. I don't remember anything else besides that for her.
She's a part of Middle Frank Opera Company.
And that's all
and she's looking for someone to spend the rest of her life with and get old with and stuff.
But also kind of in a gold digger way, though. Like, she's trying to...
Not particularly.
She kind of smoozes up a little fast. She hates nobles. She smoozes up to nobles faster. Like, when she has the rank with Lauren, she's like, hey, how about we get together, you know? But don't be fooled. She really does hate nobles because she lived on the streets in I believe it was Enbar. Yeah, I think
when
Enbar.
She was a kid, and
Manuela found her.
And then she was brought into the Middle Frank Opera Company, and the same nobles that would look down on her in the streets were suddenly praising her, lavishing her with gifts and whatnot. And she fucking hated that. Those are in her supports with Ferdinand, I believe, in 3 houses.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ferdinand von Iger.
I'm Ferdinand von Iger. We all know where he's going. We'll get to you soon, buddy.
We got 2 more before you.
Yeah, but I think C, because it's not grading, but it's pretty one note.
Alright. She's a pretty popular character. I feel like some people were gonna very civilly disagree.
Yeah,
Definitely
if I even see a single comment on what I said about this, I'm going to remake this video and edit it to where she's an F. If I hear one fucking comment.
Spite is a powerful motivator.
Exactly.
Alright, Edelgard.
Edelgard.
She's got a lot going on, unlike Dimitri, that is not immediately visible.
I want to say B right out of the gate, because she's more than one note. She's not grading, but it's pretty close to being one note. Because it's always, I hate the church, and that's pretty much it.
I hate the church and those that slither and stuff. The world should be without the nobility system and stuff. People should succeed based on their own ideals, or not ideals. What's the word? Blah blah blah. Achievements based on their own achievements.
Their own gumption, their own bootstraps. Yeah, with
Edelgard,
that in
pull
mind,
you
I
up.
bump her up to A.
Edelgard, pull yourself up by the bootstraps upon
Pull your
Resfelg.
Just Hubert, Empress, you must pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
I can hear that perfectly in the voice. What the fuck?
So yeah, we got the big three in A rank.
Plus Ash. I didn't know
Plus Ash.
Ash was a house leader.
Right? You know, I'm gonna say it. I think that
Felix?
Felix should just go straight to F. Because to me, like, the whole, like, oh, I never laugh at anything ever just grates me to no end.
That's understandable.
What about you? What do you think? What's your thoughts on our boar friend?
Well, he is fairly one note because he definitely wants to be stronger with his sword because that's just how he sees it. But I think part of the reason why he's seemingly angry, at least in post time skip, he seems to calm down a bit. Or not post time skip, pre time skip. I can't word English good things and stuff.
That's gonna be fun to turn to subtitles.
Good luck, buddy.
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Exactly. Yeah, but I think, but don't forget he's also, like, mad at his dad because he died like a true knight. And he's like, Dad, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? Don't forget that. He is fairly flat in terms of personality, though.
I will not bump him up anywhere past C. But if you want to bump him up C, I will leave that to you. But just that personal gripe is what gets me.
Like, even I'll admit it, he is a jerk. But he's our little jerk.
Right.
Anyone else tries to pick a fight with them, I'll kick their ass, you know?
Right. But that doesn't mean I have to like him.
Fair.
Alright.
I
am Fern F for Ferdinand Van Niger.
He gets an entire tier to himself. That's just F2 Electric Boogaloo. Are you actually doing it?
There we go. That's it.
Amazing.
Boom.
I'm pretty sure it's spelled AEGIR.
Probably. Okay, there we go.
He gets his own thing. Yeah, buddy.
There we go. Ferdinand Van Niger. Flane.
She likes fish.
She likes fish. She likes her brother.
And she's not very knowledgeable about how things work due to being sheltered by said brother.
Yep.
But she does want to try to come into her own, and so she kind of sometimes she's just like, it's like, brother, can you not? I am trying to learn stuff.
Okay, so is that grading or just one note?
I don't find it grading personally. I think she's adorable. But
Yeah,
that's just me.
agreed.
The man, the meme, the legend, the winner of Choose Your Legends 5 in Heroes. Give it up for the one and only Gatekeeper. We memed that guy into the fucking game. It was the best results of it. Any of them.
So, you want to know something? I had no idea he was in the game. I had no idea until I unlocked him.
He's in Three Hopes.
Yeah. He's just sitting by the gate when you go back to camp. He's just like, nothing to report.
Well, shit. Now I gotta play more of the demo.
I think it's after the demo. I think yeah.
Those fuckers knew exactly what they were doing.
Gustav.
Gilbert.
Gilbert, Gustav, whichever.
Gustav is a name of Alphonse's dad in Heroes. It's a big difference.
No, his name is Gustav.
It's Gilbert.
Well, that's a fake name.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, it's a thing in Three Houses. I knew his name was Gustav in Three Houses.
I guess I completely blocked that out of my memory. Then never mind. In all fairness, though,
but he does. We haven't even gotten to any of the, what's it called? The right hand men of the main three.
Retainers.
Retainers, thank you.
We got to do, so that's one of three.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay.
We haven't gotten to Hilda and we haven't gotten to Hubert yet, but
But
the
Gilbert,
I'd put him in F.
yeah, I don't know enough about him. C for Crests.
Perfect. It
It's
is
not
also
grading,
pretty...
but man, is it one note.
Yeah.
Happy, huh? I think she would go an A, no, B at most. Because, like, with the Ashen Wolves, there's not a lot of lore about them. They don't have a lot of supports.
Yeah. It's pretty clear that they were added as DLC.
Yeah, like, it's very obvious that they were specifically... But you can get them in every single route at any game. In either of the games.
But... Oh, I just noticed that Ulfric was on this list. Thank God.
Ulfric?
Remember the brown-haired guy in the Ashen Wolf story that you had to clear before you could get to recruit them in the main story? The bad guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank God he's not in this tier list.
Right. But still, Happy, she has a psi ability. I think that's pretty neat, but it's a pretty neat one note.
Mm.
So I'd say a B tier is where she belongs. I think I'm making a prediction now. All the Ashen Wolves are going to be in B tier.
I mean, Balthus is already there, so that immediately breaks your thing.
Okay.
He's in C.
Well, fuck me then.
You tried.
Hilda, she's lazy. That's her one note.
She's lazy. She tries to pawn her work on other people because she doesn't want other people to have too much expectations on her because the pressure would make she's afraid of the pressure and letting those people with the expectations down.
Man,
and
I didn't
she also
know
makes
that. With that in mind, I'd say C.
I forgot who supports she said that in, but she definitely says that in one of her supports in Three Houses.
So you have no experience with Holst.
I only know that Pro ZD voices him. That's it.
What?
Pro ZD voices him.
I didn't know that. Why do I always find out too late? I love Pro ZD.
Pro ZD's voice is great, man.
Because like so in Borderlands 3, he voices the robot main character, one of the 4 playable characters. I didn't know this until halfway through my playthrough of that character, and then I freaked out. I was like, I was not enjoying this enough.
And then you're like, well, shit, now I have to enjoy the second half of the game twice as hard.
Well, I'm gonna have to play Azure Gleam again in 3 Hopes, because I've had Shez A tier with everybody except for Seteth. And you can only play a Seteth in Azure Gleam.
Okay, so it's kind of like Three Houses, except he was also playable in Silver Snow. But Silver Snow was more like Blue Lions without the blue lions.
Yeah. Well, Silver Snow, is that the one where you're
That's
playing
the one where
through,
you go to the church.
Yeah, after doing Black Eagles.
Black Lions.
Black Lions.
Yeah, if you don't choose to side with Edelgard, you'll go to Silver Snow.
Okay.
So since you said you didn't go to her coronation in Three Houses, by default you would have gone to Silver Snow.
I know, I just forget the name sometimes.
That's fine. Some people just call it the church route.
Right. Hubert, he's dark and broody and hates everything except Edelgard.
Well, I mean, there's a bit more to him. Like, in one of his supports with Bernie, she was like, "Oh God, it's Hubert," and he's like,
"Oh yeah,
chill out, Bernie." Yeah, if you're on Edelgard's side, he's no threat. He won't perceive you as a threat. But if you're not, you better keep checking behind you, because he will use that chloroform rag on you.
All right, fine. A rank for Hubert. Oh yeah, we didn't place Holst anymore because we.
You put Holst back because you're just like, why is he pro ZD?
But in Three Hopes, he's nice. He cares. He's kind of Sedith, but towards Hilda. And like that point can get a little grating. It's like obviously Hilda's a very skilled
and
capable, but he still is a little too like, hey, don't do that.
Protective older bro.
Yeah, but way too overprotective. I'd say F. In terms of his one note, if this was pure personality, I put him like a B or A. But the one note of him protecting Hilda,
You know him better than me,
right?
Oh, Ignatz, my bro. He'll paint you a picture.
All right, definitely not F. He's not grading anyway. He has the painting thing.
I put him in B tier because he does like the painting thing, but don't forget that he's also best friends with Raphael, and he feels some sort of responsible-ish for what happened to Raphael's parents and stuff. He feels guilty about that, and Raphael's always like, bro, chill. I know it's not your fault, but he kind of can't help himself.
Do you want to know a little bit more lore about like the world? I don't know if you know this bit about Pegasus riders. Do you know anything about that?
I don't think I do.
Only women can be Pegasus riders. Okay.
Yeah. I know that in previous games it's because Pegasi are more afraid of men than women. Is that still true in Fodlan?
I guess so, because like apparently it's a very big taboo for Ignatz to want. No, you're not in C.
No.
It's a pretty big taboo for him to want to be a Pegasus rider, but he secretly wants to be. So I kind of think that bumps him up to A.
If that's what you think, go for it.
Ingrid. What do you think about Ingrid?
Ingrid's a little complicated because people give her flack for being racist, and like, yeah, being racist is bad.
Wait, what? I never noticed she was racist.
It's only in her supports with the Do in Three Houses.
What the fuck?
Because remember, the tragedy of Dusker caused a lot of people in the kingdom to not like people of Dusker, and Ingrid was also betrothed to Felix's brother Glenn, and Glenn died in the tragedy of Dusker. So her supports with Dedu are her kind of her being a little wary because of all that stuff going on. But and no, being racist is not good, like at all.
But
that is also a common mindset up in Fargus.
Oh yeah, you guys are so ingrained with the church, and yeah. I wonder if that's any kind of social commentary in the West.
It's a bit of a delicate subject, right. But putting that aside,
okay. So you want to know something? When I think of Ingrid, I can't think of a single personality trait about this woman. I legitimately can't.
She's like Ash, where she wants to be a knight.
It's like she's
and she does eat food, like eating food because the land of Galatea is not very good for like growing food and stuff. So she doesn't have. There's not a lot of food there, so she has to like.
Is she a noble
she does have and stuff. She is a minor noble, but
minor noble,
and her dad is looking for nobles to marry her off to help build up Galatea more.
Yes, and that's why
But she wants to be a knight more than anything else.
There we go. Okay, yeah, now it's starting to come back. Not grading, but I can't really remember much. So I'd say C. There's a lot of C's here.
C's nuts, got him.
All right.
Gerald.
Big Daddy. He's kind. He's nice. Secretive. We still don't know his age.
He's lived a long time.
Yeah.
He's
seasoned.
And he fulfills his duty as a Fire Emblem father.
Yep.
Fire Emblem Lord Dad. The immediate fate. What's funny? The funniest thing about that, I was playing Blue Lion. I was up visiting my mom when Three Houses released. So I was playing this game, and sometimes mom would talk to me about the game and stuff, and literally I think it was like during the the ball, which was like, like the month before. I said to her, yeah, I'm just waiting for this guy to meet his Fire Emblem dad fate, which is where they all fucking die, and then wouldn't you know it,